Hey guys, welcome to DevOps School. In this video tutorial, we are going to teach you about Jenkins, which is a very popular continuous integration tool. After going through this tutorial, I promise you that the concept and understanding of the Jenkins will be absolutely clear to you. But before we begin, let me inform you few things about us. DevOps School is one of the leading platforms which offers DevOps, cloud and containers technology training and certification programs for freshers and established professionals who wish to update and consolidate their skills in the dynamic IT scenario. We ensure that the training solutions are delivered by highly experienced domain experts with practical working experience in various verticals. You can join our all training programs globally through online platforms, and if you're looking for classroom workshop, then we have regular batches available in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Check out the dates and enroll with us for our upcoming batches. For more info, link and contact details are mentioned in the description below.
Now I'll talk about the integration. Okay, so integration, let's keep this here. Okay, now I'll talk about the integration. So integration with tools in Jenkins. Okay, so if you look at this here, first thing what we will do, we will integrate Jenkins with Jira. Okay, Jenkins with Jira. Jenkins with Jira. So now let's get started. So now here, first thing, I'm going to go to Jenkins, Jira. So Jira is here. So let me copy paste. It's far. So let me copy paste one more time here. Okay. So this is my Jira, and let me go to Jira here, and user ID is. Thank God I have mentioned here. Others I'll typically I'll forget this. So Rajesh 123, and now I'm creating a project. This project I'm creating, let's say, basic software development project, and this project has this workflow, and here I'm going to have a project which is called DevOps School.com. So this is the project. Key, remember, dev is there, and I'm creating this project. Now this project will have some issues. Let's say www.devopsschool.com is not working, it's a bug. So www.devopsschool.com is not working, and this 2b has description also. Let's assign, put the highest priorities, and let's assign to someone. Like I have only one user, so let's assign to this user and create. So now I got the ticket. Someone has assigned to me, and then I have to start working on it. So now let me start working on it, and just I found out, okay, this ticket is familiar. I know the fix for this code. So let me fix the code now. So let me do the coding right now. So I'll do the coding in my source code, which is somewhere here. Let me close all these pages. So I have to do the coding in my source code. So let me do the coding here and add fix for task. Now give the some updates, fix for task. Okay, and then commit. So now this is done, and then I will basically in progress, and basically I'll say done. So this work is completed. Okay, this work is completed. Now the question is still remains same. How can we integrate Jenkins with Jira? So this is the flow. Typically we do that. So now the moment the Jenkins job is triggered here based on some options, the moment the Jenkins job is, see, the build 5 also has come. So the moment that Jenkins job is failed, I want that ticket to be created. This is the kind of integration I'm looking for it. So what I would do, so the integration here with the Jira, what I will do, moment build is failed, it should create ticket in Jira. Now the question is how to integrate any tools with Jenkins. And the process is one thing: install plugin. Remember, the plugin has a commands of that particular tools. Second thing, configure plugin. And then third thing, use plugin. Simple. Very simple step. So now I want to integrate Jenkins with Jira. So for that, what I'm going to do, install the Jira plugins. So let's get started. So I'll go to the Jira, Jenkins. Here, manage. Where do you install the plugins? Manage Jenkins. Here you go to manage plugins. And here you can add, remove, and all these things. You can do that. So here, updates, available, the place where you have available plugins, installed, the place where which is plugins which got installed. And so I'll go to the available, filter the Jira, and here you see I get few Jira plugins. Here it says this plugin integrates Jenkins to Atlassian Jira. Here also Jira trigger plugin is there, Jira issue updater is there, Jira ext. There are so many things. I believe this will work for me because this is I have tried. Install again. If you want to know anything about the plugins, you can read about this. Their official pages. You can right click on that and go to the official pages and know more about the plugins. So all the description would be available, and use cases, how to use, how to configure, all these things will be available. So now here Jira plugin install without restart, and now I'm installing the plugins. Let me remind you, this plugin you get commands plus configuration options. So Jira plugin installed. So now step number 1 is done. And now configure the plugins. So now where to configure the plugins? So you have to go to manage Jenkins. Any configuration related options you can find in the configure system. And here locate the Jira option. Here it is, and add the Jira site, which is URL. So URL of the Jira is this one. Link URL. Now what is the credential? So credential is basically Rajesh and Rajesh 123. So Rajesh, add credentials, save it. Then I go to the manage Jenkins, configure system, and I'm trying to add a credential Jenkins here, username and password. Although you can set it up multiple kind of credentials. Look at this. You can set up SSH user host, secret file, secret text, certificates, Docker host certificate, authentication, username and password I need right now. Password 123. And here description I'll keep it Jira and save it. Now this I will use it. Now also I'll validate.
Can you show me the plugin one more time? A Jira plugin.
Excuse me.
Can you show me the Jira plugin one more time? The configuration.
Here, this is the configuration, which you can see. You link URL, all this thing, right? Okay. So now success, validate setting is done. Save it. So now see what I did. Any plugin install, you have to do this. Install plugin, configure plugin, use plugin. So now I have to use plugins. Third option. So where to use? Maven. Maven project. Go to the configuration. The moment you install the plugins, you get a hell lot of options. So typically, what you want, a moment the build is failed, you should be creating a ticket. So you should be creating a ticket. Normally, the build is failed. When the build is failed, then it will be the post build action, right? Then it will create a ticket. In the post build action, you see, add post build action. You see, so many options you got it related to the Jira. Jira create issues, new version, tap tap tap. So I'll go and create issues. Now here you have to fill all this information in a better way. So here is like this. Jira project key. So what is the project key in the Jira? So Jira project key is dev. DEV. Remember this. I click here and you see this is the key. You have to give it very carefully. You have to plan it there. Now who's assignee? So right now I have a Jira only one user, Rajesh. So you can give the any ID also. Component is not required. Priority you can set highest. Let's say it's a task, subtask, bug, whatever it is, and action, leave it as it is and save it. Now let me tell you here, remember the rules. If successful build is happening, Jenkins will not take a ticket, will create a ticket. But if the build is failed, then Jira will created yet. So let me do the build now again manually, and build number 6 will be passing. Here it is passed. Now what I will do, I will fail this build. How can I fail the build? So here I'll go to the build option and compile. Instead of compile, I'll put the compile one, which is not a real goal in Maven. Save it. Now build now. Now if you look at this build number 7, it got failed. Look at the console output, and here go to this place and see here build failed, created Jira issue dev 2. Now go to the Jenkins, Jira, and here it is, dev 2 is created. Now you see the dev 2 is created. If you click on that, and you see lots of issues. I mean, it has a description. You can see the logs directly, console logs, and all this thing. You can do that. Now you can start fixing it. Now it's got assigned to the Rajesh, and he has to fix all the issues. So same, typically the cycles will be followed. By the way, hell lot of integration you can do that in Jira with Jenkins, but I'm just trying to help you to visualize that. Okay, it's not a complete, can be done in just a few hours. So again, lots of scenarios this can be integrated with the Jenkins, with the Jira, and then it can help you. But this is the typically steps which you do. Now next thing is, I want to set up this job. So let's get started. So here I have integrated Jira with Jenkins. Now Git I already done. If you look at this, that was the default functionality which we had it. So here the checkout is happening. So Git integration is done. Now SonarQube. So let's do one thing. Let's go to the Jenkins. Let's make this job Maven rename to something like a compile, like a here build. Let's make it this build, or here. So let me rename this one. So where to rename? Click here, rename build. Okay, I just rename it. Build now one more time. Though it will get failed because bad goal name, but I rename it. Now what I want, code review one build to be created. So what I'm going to do, code review. I'm creating a new job. So here code review. But remember, for the code review, which is SonarQube, what is needed? If anyone remember my SonarQube session, then you need 3 things. Remember, you need 3 things. One, you need a SonarQube server, which you have it. You need a source code, which I am going to get you, and that page, go to the github.com and type sonar source code. Here, this is a source code, and one is you need a scanner. Okay, so let me get the scanner and SonarQube plugin installed. Remember, the rules will be same: install plugins, config plugin, use plugin. So let's go and get started. So here you have to go and manage plugin, manage Jenkins, manage plugins, available tab, SonarQube, and here SonarQube, which is I think this one I can use, and install without restart. Now you have to spend a little bit of the time comparing the different plugins, but I know that, so I'm hitting the exact one which I needed. But different kind of plugins is also available for your use cases scenarios. Now SonarQube plugin installed. Now I have to configure it. So go to the Jenkins, manage Jenkins, configure system, and then look out for the SonarQube, which is somewhere, it should be here. Here, see, so add SonarQube server. Now this is the server, name SonarQube, name you can give it anything, URL. Now this is not supported the password, it requires the authentication key. So how to get the key? I can get it the key token. So let's go to the SonarQube, login using admin is already logged in. Go to the my accounts, here security, and generate a token. This will be allowed to authenticate with the Jenkins, and here, and now you give this token. So add a token. This is a problem, you have to save it, apply, and after that this has some bugs, maybe it should be, but let me save and come back. Go to the my Jenkins again and configure system, and here if you see, now it has come. Now user and password rather than token. So token, where should use it? cancel, advanced. Okay, let's go for the advanced options. Here, token option is there? No. So I have to provide the token here only. So here, secret text, secret text, secret text is here, and this is a sonar Q. Okay, add it. Now here, done. Now save. Done. So now our configuration is done. Excuse me. And then use the plugins. So now I'm going to create a one project which is called code review. So remember here, new item, code review, freestyle, click OK. Click source code management. Source code management, have a code for this, which is here, and go to the build option, trigger option. You can set it up as we have discussed already. Go to the build option. Here you get the execute sonar queue. Remember the discussion what we did? Scanner should run on the code, so it generate everything. So executes sonar queue scanner. But I have not set up the scanner so far. Scanner is still to be done. So scanner is a tool. Okay, scanner is tool. So where to do it? Go to the Jenkins, manage Jenkins, global tool configuration, and here you have to set up the scanner. So now add a scanner, and then automatically stored and save it. Only one scanner I need it, and then now code review, run it. Now code review will be done. So this is the code review will be done here. Console output. You see code review is being done. And done, successful. Now you want to see the code review reports. Here you can check this reports, and here you have this reports. Now this is the 1 hour of debt, 4 issues and stuff like that. So now we got the 2 integration done. You see that as per the things, we did the Jira, Git, Sonar Queue. Now Maven is also done, because if you look at this project here, we have already installed the Maven and configuration is done. Already it was installed actually, by the way. So it was already done. So Maven is also done. JUnit plugin is also installed, but what we want, the reports to be shown on of the JUnit over the dashboard of Jenkins. So what to do? Let's have a JUnit UT job created. Now this time I'm feeling very lazy. So what to do? So I'm going to, instead of creating the job from the scratch, I'm going to copy the job. So how can it be done? So new item, click UT. This time instead of creating a freestyle, use this option. Copy from where? Build. Here. Click OK. And here everything will remain same except this one will become a test. Okay. And then save it. Now compile, build now. Now this build will happen. UT. I click 2 times, I believe. Okay, build is completed. Now you see that if you look at the console log, you got the test results here, but no one is going to look at the logs to find out the test results. So what to do? You're going to somewhere here. So what to do? So configuration, and the test results will be happen at the end of it. So post build action, and here look for the option where you can have a Jira, JUnit stuff. So if you see that here, publish JUnit test results. These plugins were installed already, so I use it. Now the question is, where is this reports? If you remember, the path of the reports you can find in the workspace target directory serve file. I told you during the Maven session, the reports you can find in this location. So this is the location. So I will go and copy, and here I will put it. This is a, by the way, a relative path, not absolute path, because workspace still here. If you look at this, till here they will take that location. So it should be relative path. So there's just spaces between the paths. I should get rid of it, and then here it is XML file. So star.xml. So this is the reports. This version, let it be saved. Now build one more time. And now you see that build reports, And now you see the build reports here, test results, you can see. And as of now, it's just a one test cases, so it's showing you not the good, things. But if it is a real test cases, you'll see the very, very rich results here. So now you see that I integrated Jenkins with UT also. Now let's do the pack also. So pack will be creating a jar. So here let's create a new item. Again, pack, creating and copying from the existing project rather than recreating it everything, and then just in the Maven goal. That's the beauty of Maven, get you all this stuff. So here just package and then save it, packaging done, and build now. So now packaging is also done. Now deploy to repo. Deploy to repo will be done with the help of Nexus. Remember Nexus. So do you remember how to do that? So basically there's a two-way. Let me tell you one thing here. There's a two-way. How to integrate Nexus with Jenkins? That's the question. So there's a two-way. One way is like you can install plugin and configure the plugin way. Okay, Nexus plugins way. Okay, and Nexus plugin. Okay, that you can do that very well. But let me tell you here, not all the time you should use the plugins, because plugins will create a burden on the Jenkins performance. So if you start using for every functionality, small functionality of plugins, that is not good way to go ahead it. Maybe the plugins, if they get deprecated, you will be having very hard time to replace it. So rather than becoming dependent on the only plugins, okay, use the normal logic. Let's say here you see that this is uploader, this is the plugins will work for you, but right now I'm not using the plugin. If you remember, that functionality you have in the Maven itself. Maven, you modify the pom.xml and then modify setting.xml, and then you modify all this thing, and then ambient deploy will do the rest of the things. If you remember my Maven or Nexus session, right? Are you able to recall anyone?
Yes, Rajesh, we tried it.
Yeah. So here, Maven with two Nexus rather than Jenkins to Nexus. Here, if you do the Jenkins to the Nexus, then plugins we have to install. But here, Maven to Jenkins, Maven to Nexus, you don't have to install anything, but rather than you modify this pom.xml, setting.xml, stuff like that. So let me do that. So pom.xml. So first thing, I'm going to go to Nexus. Let's go to the Nexus and let's create one repository only for everything. So here, Nexus, username is admin. Log into Nexus. Here, password. Sign in and go to the setting, and here creating a repository, and here creating a repository for everything Maven hosted and Maven all or DevOps school all or something like that. Okay, for everything mixed. Okay, one repository for everything, because in next session I have discussed in detail what to be done, what not to be done. So this is the one of the repository. User ID and password I have it available. Okay, user ID and password I have it available. So let's do that. So here what I'm going to do, yes. So I'm going to modify the pom.xml. So where is the pom.xml? So pom.xml is in GitHub. So GitHub, where is the GitHub? Here it is. So let's modify pom.xml. So pom.xml, this is the pom.xml, and here I'm going to modify it. So edit, and this URL I'm going to paste it. Yep. Now this theme ID should be matched. Remember, setting.xml ID should be matched. So I copy, update to Nexus, and then commit. Okay, so first thing is done, pom.xml modification done. Setting.xml, where is the setting.xml? So first I need to find out the path of Maven. So let's go and hit the path of the Maven. So you will find in the log itself console output, and if you see that ambient compile by is being called here. So the path of Maven is here in the system. That means this is a Maven location. So Maven location, here CD, and here if you go to the conf directory, and here setting.xml, vi setting.xml, to create the servers element, it should be here. Okay, and now here I'll make the changes, and the changes would be server user ID and password. So where is my git? So here go to the servers, and here the content would be server element, which is here, and then here username is ATMIN and password is ATMIN123, and here key is sim basically. Done. Now copy this content and put it in this place. Done. Two things. Finally, you are ready for the deployment job. So basically, your deployment will not be done by Maven and this one is Jenkins, but it will be done by Maven. So that way you can give the less load to the Jenkins. So let's get started. So now next job is deploy to repo. So here you go create one job, new item, here again copy from build, here click OK, and here so build here deploy and save and deploy. So now I'm just checking whether it's deploying to the Nexus or not. So we'll check the logs, console output, and it's downloading. Test is almost done, and here I can see upload successful. That means done. Let's go and validate. So Vouch, and you see DevOps school, and here you got this product which is 5.0. So down this is also done. So this is the one of the way I taught you. It's not like always you should get dependent on a plugin. Still you can opt out for your logic is important. No, so you can give a less burden to Jenkins. So this is the where we practice. Now Ansible. So what is Ansible? Ansible, I think we have a session next Tuesday, I guess. So what is Ansible? So you have to deploy in the QA server. So what is basically you have to do? So you have to deploy. Let me delete all this stuff, unnecessarily stuff which we don't need. So you have to deploy. Now the question is how to deploy in QA server with Jenkins and Ansible. So first thing, let's understand the architecture for Ansible in short. Okay, there is an Ansible server. We call it ACS. Okay, now this guy, you have a one program, we call it playbook. Okay, this is a program which you have. So the program you run using Ansible, and then that Ansible you run against the inventory. Inventory has a host file. Inventory. Simple concept. I'll teach you in detail in the next topic, next session, dedicated session. But for right now, I'm just going in short. Ansible execute the playbook, which is a script which need to be done, which need to be deployed. This is the place where your logic of the deployment is there. Okay, and then this inventory is a list of files like one host, two host, three host. So 1, 2, 3. So these are this IP address, this IP address will go to the inventory. Now what we typically do, we go and execute this command here, and then Ansible server deploy parallelly this stuff to all the machine. the what need to be deployed is written in here. Okay, so this is basically Ansible server, and this basically where the deployment happens. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a role here. I'm going to make ACS as a Jenkins server only. How? Let me tell you. So here I'm making this ACS and Jenkins server on the same place. Okay, so let me do that. So this is my Jenkins server. Okay, so now here what I'm going to do, I'm going to install Ansible. So let me install the Ansible. So again, you go to the notes section and go to the Ansible and go to the any notes, and here let's say visual alpha, and here you have to install the Ansible. So let me give you the this is the code to install Ansible. So in the Jenkins server only I am installing Ansible. And here Ansible got installed. Okay, so Ansible got installed. So basically, as per the discussion, Ansible is Ansible server and Jenkins server is on same machine. Okay, it can be in different architecture also, but right now not complicating too much. And here, if you look at this, Ansible is being installed. So Ansible got installed. Let's validate Ansible. See, Ansible installed. Now Ansible is got installed, but if you remember, as per the discussion, I need a playbook. Playbook has a logic in which the installation will be done in this. Like packages will be basically the logic in the playbook could be something like this: copying the artifacts from the Nexus and deploying. See, here you have a packages. So in the playbook, you'll write the logic in which they will take the packages from the Nexus and deploy to different server parallelly. So that's a Ansible. So I have a one playbook which is already in place as for the demo. So let's go and download the playbook. So here Ansible, here any of this playbook I can take it up. So let's download this playbook at this place, which is I'm going to take it up under the cd emp. Okay, git clone. This I'm cloning the directory. Now if you see that here in this you have a this is the Ansible role book. Okay, this is a role. Okay, now this is the role, and here if I look at this, this is the go back, and this is your site.yaml which will execute that role. And yes, I will delete this second role because I don't need this. So and this all this thing complexity you are not understanding, but remember in Ansible class it will be clear. What is the site.yaml and inventory file? So inventory file, I will have a local, and here I will give the one local. Let's deploy to the local only. Okay, so that is the way one of the things. So now here, now everything is set. Now we have to call the site.yaml. Okay, so how to, so now this call will be happening through the Jenkins. Okay, so and rather than what you can do, I'm thinking in a more innovative way. I'm thinking like you can uh, I'm thinking more innovative way. It's local, so let's do one thing. Let's call directly towards GitHub Ansible rule template. Let's call directly through the Jenkins only, because that can be possible. So here new item, deploy to QA server. Okay, now Freestyle project, click OK, and here source code management, rather than downloading source code management manually, let's download automatically. Let's download first. So build now, and here I have to set the path. So Ansible path. So if I look at the workspace, here I have a site.yaml. This is a site.yaml. I have to call this. So how can you call this site.yaml? So you can call the site.yaml using the command which is called playbook. Here Ansible -playbook. The command is, let me search. So you can call this one playbook inventory web.yaml, in which now configuration, go to the build and run this, because execute this, and here. Now your YAML is site.yaml. Okay. Now inventory is inventory where the deployment happened. This is the, remember, as per the discussion what we did. Don't get confused. See here. I made the inventory, and these servers will be part of the inventory file. Okay. Again, I'm showing you. Right now, this is Ansible server. Now Ansible server has a playbook and inventory. So inventory has the host information where the deployment will happen by Ansible, and playbook has a logic in which what changes will be made on this server. Now this Ansible I installed, I got inventory, which is here file. I'll show you this one here. This is the inventory. This is the, let me show you here. This is the inventory, and here you got YAML file, which is here. Okay. So now everything is done. Now it's just a matter of calling. So save and run. Remember this YAML file, what will do? It will set up a web server basically. The logic in the YAML file playbook is web server. But if it got failed, why this got failed? See, it has run. That's wonderful. See, it has run site.yaml. Okay, but why it got failed? Because it got failed because there is a module which did not get executed. What was the module? The following module failed to execute setup. So basically the code is not correct. Okay, so that's a different thing. That's a different thing here. You see gathering facts, localhost changed, message the following modules execute setup. Okay, so this I can fix it. So Ansible gathering fact disable. So I'm fixing this, and then fix commit. Okay, so now hopefully that error you should not get it. So build now. So this is a program issue, but ultimately the program is being executed. Still it's failed. Some different error. This time the error is okay. So this is a something different error here. It says localhost failed, could not detect which major revision. Okay, which major revision so which required to represent blah, blah, blah. So M3 or D. So there is a problem with the major revision. So here could not detect which major revision YAM is in use, which required to depend module backend. So let me see that what is a fix for that. and if I see that error, it says and let me check the Ansible version. Ansible. Okay. Uh, in 2.8.1, that seems to be good. But let me install this one and probably this is done. Nothing to do. Let me do one more thing. Yum update. Okay. Sometime it may be the issues for it. So, and if it's not getting fixed, we'll ignore that option because anyways, the purpose of the Jenkins to trigger the Ansible. Now fixing that programs, we can do that in the Ansible session. Environment is not supporting to the version, which is yum. So could not detect the major revision of yum is in use. So that is the reason I'm updating. Hopefully should be fixing. And it's doing. Okay. So now almost done. Almost I'm waiting for that. Okay. So now hopefully if it is fixing, that's wonderful. Not, then we'll anyways, integration of the things is done. So let's check it out. And still that error is continue. And okay, so we'll ignore that error for time being. So, but by the way, integration is done. So now here, dep to repo, dep to QA, acceptance test will have some fake job. So let's create a fake job here. Now Freestyle project, click OK. And now here Selenium code will come. It's a fake job, but it will come Selenium code. Here Jacoco will come. So fake job I'll create for this. Here Jacoco job will come, CC. So now we all have created, if you look at this here, list of projects, we all have created this project. Here all these tools got integrated in certain ways, but now all are having this missing, this arrow, integration. This is integration. So how can we link that? To each project, we can link to each other in a way. Let's get started. So here I'm going to start with a code, build. So no, code review. So let's go to the code review. Code review should be integrated with the build. So go to the configuration, post build action, build other project, build, save it, refresh it. Now build should be integrated with UT. Configuration, post build action, build other project, UT, and save it. Now refresh it. UT should be integrated with the packaging, build other project. Oh, sorry, leave. UT should be replaced with pack, build here, build other project, pack, and refresh it. Pack should be integrated with the deploy to repo. Configuration, post build action, build other project, deploy to repo. Deploy to repo should be deployed to QA. So refresh, deploy to repo, configuration, post build action, build other project, deploy to QA. Deploy to QA should be deployed to AT, configuration, AT, post build action, build other project, AT. AT should be integrated with the CC. Now AT, configuration, post build action, build other project, CC, and then save it and refresh it. So now guys, I have integrated everything. So now if I click one, look at this build status here, executed. Okay, if I click one, code review, sorry, not code review, the remaining builds automatically will be triggered until its failure happens. Okay, so see the code review is in progress right now, left side. Now see build is in queue. Okay, so now what I have done, I have make it a chain of this build. So one will call another, another will call another, another will call another, and this is the way the total integration will happen. Okay, so did you understand that how can we integrate different tools, install plugins, configure plugins, and use plugins, and also connect each jobs, no matter what tools you are using, at one place? Getting points? Understood? Here build got failed, it got disconnected. So let me correct this build here also. Did you understand this?
Rajesh, Sanjay here.
Yeah.
I just had some issue in connecting to GoToMeeting. It's just up now. I just wanted to understand, from the integration, what, how long it's been? I mean, 15-20 minutes since you started?
No, we have started 1 hour before.
No, 1 hour back.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay then.
So guys, this is the stuff. So now what we have done, let me remind you, we completed scheduling stuff. Okay, we completed scheduling stuff, we completed integration also, but immediate feedback is pending. That is the one of the major reason why we use using Jenkins. Okay, so now the question is, how can you get immediate feedback? So basically you can get email, you can get chat, you can get in fact dashboard. These are the ways in which you can get immediate feedback. So let me tell you how can you get an email. So email, in fact, there's a two plugin. One is a simple email, one is extended email. Okay, so you have two email functionalities. So if you go for the each job, let's say go to the build job, and here configuration, and if you go to the post build action here, and here you see add post build action, you have a two job here. Look at this one email which is set up here, email notification, and there's one more functionality which you have, editable email functionality, which is here. So basically these two plugins we installed. So now in the editable email functionality, you can select from, recipient, to list, content type, subject, content, attachment, do not logs attachment. Advanced setting has a more options. The email should be sent to the culprits, recipient list, requested, and many more advanced feature you have. So basically these are the two ways in which you can send an email. Now remember, Jenkins is not made for the sending an email. So for that, what you have to do, you have to do the manage Jenkins, configure system, and here two emails, two SMTP you have to set it up as per your choice. So see, this is the SMTP server one for the extended one, and this is the email notification for the second one. So this is the one. Now using that, Jenkins can give you the feedback through emails. Now chat. Now many people use Jabber, okay, or Cisco Communicator, or maybe people use Slack. So in fact, you can integrate Jabber and Slack as well. So what do you have to do? You have to go to Manage Jenkins, Manage Plugin, Available, and install that plugin. It's a Slack. Okay, so SLACK, Slack. And if you look at this here, you have a Slack notification you can install, and Slack notification is being installed. Now again, rules is same, install, and then go to the Manage Jenkins, configure system, and here Slack you configure. So somewhere you have to configure the Slack. If you have a Slack handler, here you have to configure the Slack. After that, go to the any job, go to the configuration, and after that post build action, here you will find the Slack option, which you can see here. Slack notification based on whether build start, success, aborted, not build, unstable, regression, and all these things. So this is the way you can also integrate with the chat. Now dashboard also typically we have two types. One is like a build pipeline, which is a simple way, build pipeline, simple way, and one is a pipeline, which is like using Jenkins file in a coding way. Okay, for coding is required. So let's get started here. So build pipeline. So I'm creating a build pipeline. So for that you have to install the plugins. So go to the my Jenkins, manage Jenkins, manage plugins, available, and there's a plugin called build pipeline. Here pick install without restart, and now this build pipeline is being installed. Okay. Build pipeline got started. Now here I'm going to create a DevOps school.com CI/CD pipeline. and here select this build pipeline, click OK. There's a character which is not allowed, so DevOps cool CI/CD pipeline, build pipeline, click OK, and here you select the which is the first job and how many jobs you want. And already that each build, each job, I made it integration. So visually that integration is done. So here now see, this is your build pipeline. So now if you start one, rest of the things automatically you can showcase this stuff on your somewhere in the big monitor at your workspace, and then this you can use it. So this is one of the way to create a pipeline, which is called build pipeline. Now I'll show you the pipeline using Jenkins file. So for that, in short, if you go here, you create a new item, and here this is the one I'm talking about, the pipeline. So let's create CI/CD pipeline, click OK, and here again all these options you have it, build trigger options you have it, advanced option, but here you have to write the code. So some of the sample code I will get it here only. Look at this. This is the sample code, and this Jenkins files you have to write. So I'm just modifying quickly. So what was the Maven name? So manage Jenkins. Here global tool configuration, Maven name. Here I got it. So here I got the name, which is the source code. Let's go with the same source code which is given. Here you have a build, here you have a results. Click save and build now. Again, you have to learn the how to write a Jenkins file, and now this automatically, see, pipeline is being created through the script, Jenkins script. The Jenkins file has to be written, and so in basically pipeline is a very powerful thing. So here if you look at this, these jobs whichever I set it up manually, these all jobs you can write in the pipeline. So this code, Jenkins pipeline, Jenkins file, and this is a pipeline again. You can see this code, this you want to see in the full view. Look at this. So this is only 3 jobs here, 1, 2, 3. This we call it stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, like that. So for this you have to write a Jenkins pipeline. So using this, now you can set up a immediate feedback using email, chat, dashboard, and that is about Jenkins. So if you look at this here, why we use Jenkins? Because we use for integration of all the tools. I taught you how to integrate with it, how to get immediate feedback, how to schedule, and this is all about the Jenkins. Again, let me tell you, Jenkins has an unlimited feature, and this all unlimited features you can use it, depends on your visualization of the requirement and things like that. Okay, any questions? Any questions?
Rajesh, can you tell Rajesh?
Yes, tell me.
Continuous delivery.
What is that?
You told about continuous integration. What is the Jenkins part in
Jenkins?
continuous delivery?
I'm not able to hear your question at all.
What is the Jenkins part in continuous delivery?
Jenkins part in the continuous delivery? Is that your question? Okay, so first thing, do you know what is a continuous delivery?
No, actually, but you told CI/CD
so first thing,
for
CI/CD, yes. So first let's find it out, what is a continuous delivery, what is a continuous deployment, and stuff like that. So you have my 8 hours of video on this topic actually, which is recorded and also shared. So first go to that URL, that video, watch it, and then next session you can ask this question again. Okay, because at that time you will be having understanding of delivery and deployment. So talking something related to the Jenkins for the CI/CD is making more meaningful. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Any other questions, guys?
Rajesh Sanjay here.
Yes.
I missed the integration part. So will
No
you
problem,
be upload?
Sanjay. We have a recordings. You will get it after some time, after the end of the day.
Okay. Fine.
Okay, guys. So this is all about the Jenkins. Again, there are few options which we have. Again, many topics which we have, which is a part of the Jenkins advanced topic, like node management, higher availability, security, and many more things. Okay. So this, if we get a session on this, we will have this session later on. You can, if anyone is interested in the Jenkins advanced topic, you can discuss with the Mantosh and then he'll help you get onboarded for that session also. Okay.
Okay.
Bye everyone. Have a nice Sunday and then keep practicing it. And then recordings will be available in next few hours on the LMS, Learning Management System of the DevOpsSchool.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Want to study further? Subscribe to our paid membership to get a deep dive into each and every topic. Do look out for more videos in our playlist and subscribe to our DevOps School channel and hit the bell icon to learn more. Keep learning.